Hi guys, it is Alisa or the Diamond Stitcher as I go by on social media. Hello, good morning or good afternoon. Whatever time of day it is for you, I hope you're having a wonderful one. If you're new to my channel, first off, welcome. I'm happy you found me, and I hope you would consider subscribing and stick around for all things diamond painting. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. It is Friday, and that means I have another Dreamer Designs new release roundup for their USA collection. All of the paintings that I'm talking about today are going to ship from their USA warehouse, and they'll be releasing on Saturday, January 18th. Without further ado, let's check them out. Here we are on Dreamer Designs business page on Facebook. To find this, you just search Dreamer Designs and look for this page. Let's scroll back. I believe there are 4 this week. Yep, that was last week. So we started the week off with this beautiful image here. A whimsical teapot-shaped cottage rests peacefully in a magical forest. Its roof adorned with blooming flowers and its windows glowing warmly like tiny beacons of life. Surrounded by a lush garden of vibrant blossoms and a winding stone path, the air seems alive with twinkling fireflies and the gentle flutter of butterflies, evoking a fairy tale charm that feels both serene and enchanting. It is titled Enchanted Teapot Cottage by Katarina Kovtun. It will be in round diamonds measuring 60 by 80 centimeters or 23.6 by 31.5 inches, 65 colors with 4 ABs and 2 crystal drills. Here is that original artwork. I think this is so pretty. It's not something that I would gravitate towards, so just seeing it like this, it really does pique my interest, honestly. And then look at the rendering. I think they did a phenomenal job on that. It looks just like the original artwork. If we go back and forth, it's like it barely changes. Of course, you do see pixelation, but that is expected with diamond painting. I do wonder if those specials are going to be sprinkled in all over the flowers. I think that would be really pretty. I don't know if we would see some AB in the windows. Sometimes they put them there to simulate light coming out from inside, but they don't look like they're glowing that much, so I'm not quite sure. I do wonder, I don't really see them, the fireflies. Where are the fireflies? Let's look here. I wonder if these little white guys, no, those guys look like the butterflies, but there's also a pink butterfly. I wonder over here is where probably the fireflies are, all up in here. So I wonder if we would see that in a special diamond, maybe some of the butterflies in specials as well. I would have liked to see maybe some bigger butterflies, but I get that the main draw to the image is that teapot house, and the rest are just kind of in the background. I like that we see a little stream going through here as well. I think this one is going to be pretty when finished. Probably going to have a lot of confetti in this one. There's lots of color changes in small areas with all of those flowers and the grasses and everything like that. So yeah, it'll probably be more confetti, but there are areas where I think you'll be able to use at least like a 5-placer. Next up, we have this beautiful, I'm going to call it fall-like image. In a sunlit autumnal glade, a mighty tree stretches its branches skyward, its golden leaves cascading gently to the forest floor. Wolves, foxes, and a majestic white stag stand as silent guardians, while a sword rests embedded in stone, catching the light in a spectral arc. The scene whispers of ancient tales where nature and legend intertwine, and the air hums with quiet power and forgotten secrets. It's titled Excalibur by Michael David Ward. It will be in square diamonds measuring 80 by 60 centimeters or 31.5 by 23.6 inches, 65 colors with 3 ABs and 2 crystal drills. I wonder if Dreamer Designs has any plan on introducing those fairy dust type drills, you know, with the mica powder on top. I think every company out there has them now except Dreamer Designs, and I think they're sticking towards crystals as being their second special to stand out, but I do like those fairy dust drills, so I wonder if they will add them eventually. I'm sure they've had people ask them. Here is that original artwork there. Wow, this is breathtaking. I'm just taking in the animals, even the bird up in the top left, all of that detail in there is crazy. The sword and the stone looks really magical. Let's look at the rendering. I have to say, I do think it gets lost a little bit. If we go back, and that's just because of the size it is, I think a little bit bigger would have done it more justice. We would have seen more kind of detail in the fox, even the deer, this bird up here. I mean, I guess you could probably tell it is a bird, but we do get lost a little bit, even the owl here. And that's just because there's lots of detail in this image in, I wouldn't call it a small size. I think it was 60 by 80, right? 60 by 80 seems to be their favorite big size, but this one, I wonder if it would have looked better a little bit bigger. That being said, if you do stand back, all of the details will come together. Yeah, I just held the computer screen way back from my face, and it does come together nicely. So just because there is a lot of color changes, lots of confetti, this one will look better at a little bit of a distance. But yeah, I think bigger would have been a little bit better, but it wouldn't stop me from buying this one. I think it's a gorgeous image still. It is going to be even more confetti than the last painting, but I know a lot of people like that. I do like the rainbow look of the shine from the sun off of the sword. That looks really cool. I like the flowers. I like the colors in the trees, the sun shining through. They did a good job rendering that one as well. One thing I'm noticing, and that's just bugging me, is this little line is a little too short. I might put that over one more, but that's just something that my eyes noticed. Anyway, I think it is pretty. I love all of the colors of the oranges and reds and yellows in there. I do think it is a very pretty image. I'm not somebody who does landscapes, I was going to say often, but I really don't do them at all. But this one definitely piques my interest, and I could see myself working on this one. I think it's gorgeous. And when we look at it kind of here, we can't see all of it because it is cut off at the bottom there, but this kind of also simulates looking at it at a bit of a distance, and you can see those details do come together. And you definitely can still tell what animals are what. Next up, we have this beautiful artwork here. I absolutely love Artifae. I think her artwork just looks so beautiful as diamond paintings, and I really like the images that Dreamer Designs is choosing from her, this one being no different. Deep within a shadowed forest, a fairy with luminous eyes and flowing silver hair adorned with a crown of wild flowers gazes with quiet intensity. Beside her, a watchful owl perches as her companion, their presence imbued with the ancient wisdom and enchantment of the woodland realm. It is titled Fairy of the Forest by Artifae. It will be in square diamonds measuring 60 by 60 centimeters or 23.6 by 23.6 inches. I really like that size. I'm glad that they went with that. 67 colors with 3 ABs and 1 crystal drill. Here is that original artwork. Isn't that just breathtaking? Just look at all of the detail in that. Absolutely gorgeous. And those piercing green eyes as well. And that owl is just stunning too. Here we go to the rendering. I think they chose a good size. I wouldn't have wanted this to be much bigger. I mean, yes, you have a lot of detail, but the central focus is also her and then the owl off to the side. So I think this size suits it well. It looks like her hair is rendered beautifully. The flowers at the top, you can tell that they are flowers. That is beautiful. The owl, you can see the owl. I can even see the shine in his eyes, the shine in her eyes as well. The one thing that I think could use kind of fixing up is the blending of the skin tone. I've noticed that they kind of have, I mean, they did try to blend it here. You can see a little bit of confetti kind of around the edges, but I still think the colors are a little bit too stark, especially when we're looking down at the cheeks. Like, I just think that they're too different. I mean, if I held this back, which I did, I guess it kind of, let me actually zoom out and do that again. Yeah, it kind of comes together if you hold the screen back. So if you're looking at more of a distance, but I don't know. I would have liked to see the skin tone different. I do not like the skin tone in this one. I just don't think it's blended well enough. I think, and I guess it comes down to what DMCs are available. And I mean, the goal is to make it look as much like the original artwork as possible. And they're trying to you know, create that blush on there. And they're following the shadows on her chest. But just when it comes to the rendering, like even down here, I don't really like those colors either. So if I get this one, which is a possibility, I might try and blend the skin tone a little bit more. I don't know how I'm going to do that. That would be actually a very epic project. I'm sure once the finished diamond painting, it will look great, and I can't wait to see it. But just looking at the rendering, I just feel like it's a little bit too much contrast between the colors there. But that is just my opinion. You can disagree with me. I really would like to see, the skin tone rendering just cleaned up a little bit. And it's not just for this artwork. I've seen it in other artworks as well, like some of the Hannah Lynn's. I just think the skin tone could use a little bit more blending or color correction just to be a little bit softer. Like blush is supposed to be soft, and in the rendering we see here, it is very soft. It's not like big red patches, and that kind of looks like big red patches here. So that is just a critique that I would recommend them work on, is just the skin tone. I think they have everything else nailed down. I mean, the hair looks gorgeous, the owl, the flowers, the background, it all looks great. Her eyes look great. It's just that skin tone that has me hung up a little bit. But regardless, this image is gorgeous and I'm probably going to bring it home. I don't know if I will this weekend, but it definitely will be coming home with me because I think it's just gorgeous and it would look amazing hanging up. I currently have one of her artwork from Artifact called Elowen hanging up right now, and it just brings me so much joy looking at it every day. Great quality. The new square grids are amazing. The fit perfectly. If you want to see a post review of their new square grids, check out Elowen on my channel, the Diamond Stitcher, which you would have already known because you're here. But it's in the post review section, and it's Elowen. It's one of the more recent ones that I've done. Probably the second or third one back. I think the second one back. And I go over the grid there, and I can assure you that there are 0 popping drills. I actually just checked it the other day, so it's been hanging up now. I don't know. Probably 3 weeks if I had to guess. Has it been that long? I feel like it's been that long. And there are no popping drills. I went over the entire canvas. So yes, the grids are tighter. Some people are having problems, but it really does come down to placement. And that's not to say you don't know how you're placing. It's just when you have a very, very tight grid, you have to be perfect in every single diamond that you put down there. And it takes a bit of practice. If you haven't worked with the tight grid for a while, it really does take practice. I remember when I first worked on a company that had a tight grid, the first couple I wasn't necessarily really happy with. I felt they were too tight and I did have some popping drills, but the more I worked on it, the better I got at placing, and then the better the final result is. So if you've tried a new square and you're getting a little bit frustrated, just keep at it, practicing, get your diamonds exactly where they need to be, and it will turn out really great in the end. And you can check out that post review to see. I guess I didn't go over where I think those ABs and crystal. I do wonder if the crystals are going to be in her eyes because they're just so piercing green. I think we'll have ABs in the flowers, maybe a color of AB in her hair just to make it shine a little bit. If you look at the images side by side like this, they really are absolutely beautiful, and I think they did a phenomenal job. The skin tone does even out a bit when you are looking at more of a distance. That is just something that I'd like to see tweaked, but otherwise, like her hair, the owl, her shoulder even, the colors there, the background looks identical. I think they did a phenomenal job. Like, look at that background. It looks very fuzzy, just like the original artwork. It's kind of blurry. And then look at her and the owl. They're so clear and in focus. I think that's such an amazing job. If you look at it long enough, it honestly looks 3D. So this one is probably, I'm going to say, one of my favorite artworks from this artist released by Dreamer Designs. Maybe one of my favorite Dreamer Designs of all time, honestly. Even though I was hung up on the skin tone a little bit, I think it's still going to be beautiful. Lastly, I think this is this one. Yep. Let's take a read. A tranquil island paradise comes to life where sailboats drift gently near a lighthouse framed by vibrant blossoms and swaying palms. Below the crystal clear water, a hidden world of colorful marine life flourishes, with fish, sea turtles, and rays gliding through a coral reef bathed in dappled sunlight, seamlessly merging 2 realms of beauty. It is titled Above and Below by Alan Gianna. Square diamonds measuring 80 by 60 centimeters or 31.5 by 23.6 inches, 79 colors, wow, with 7 ABs and 2 crystal drills, so it is going to sparkle. Here is that original artwork there, and just like to take it all in and look at all of the different details. And the fish, I think this one is my favorite right there with the rainbow colors. Gorgeous. And then we have the upper here with the birds and the flowers and the sailboats. Let's look at the rendering. I think it looks pretty darn good. I think it looks as close to the original artwork as possible. Even that favorite fish over there does look like it does in the original artwork. If we go back and forth, I think they did a great job. It is a lot of detail in a smaller size, but I don't necessarily think that it needs to be any bigger. I think it does capture the detail good enough because really, as diamond painters, we don't want to work on huge diamond paintings. I mean, I guess there are some people who like it, but majority of us like more manageable sizes. The one thing that I did notice originally that I thought I didn't like was the this line here between the top of the water and underneath the water. But if you look in the original artwork, it does look very stark like that. So I think they mimicked the original artwork just like it is, so I can't really critique that much. Ideally, it would have been nice if it blended a little bit more, but again, they're just doing it based off the original artwork and it doesn't blend at all. So that is just something that I noticed. But I guess if you are trying to captivate the above water with the below water in the same image, you kind of have to have like a stark line like that to differentiate the two. I love this little clownfish down here. He comes out so adorable. We've got Dory over here as well. I love all of the sea life down below. I love the bird up top here. I love all of the flowers. I bet you we have lots of ABs in the flowers, and I wonder if we'll have some of them in the fish as well. The crystals, not too sure. They would either be in the fish or the flowers. I don't think we would see crystals in the water, but I could be wrong. This one is very beautiful, and if you like ocean life, I think you will like this one. So that is it for the releases for the USA collection this Saturday. All of the paintings I spoke about today will be releasing on Saturday, January 18th at 9:30 a.m. Pacific or 12:30 p.m. Eastern for a general release. If you are part of the Platinum or Gold Rewards tier, you do get 30 minutes early access, which starts at 9 a.m. Pacific or 12 p.m. Eastern. Do make sure you sign up for a Dreamer Designs account because you do accumulate points for your purchases that you can take off future purchases. If you haven't yet made your first purchase at Dreamer Designs or you haven't yet used my discount code, you are welcome to use it. It's my name, ALYSA15, and that'll save you 15% off your first order using that code. I thank you in advance if you do choose to use that. Any commission generated goes right back into the channel, creating content for you guys. If you made it to the end of the video, leave me a little fish emoji. Let me know what was your favorite image this week. Is anything going on your buying list, or is anything going on your wish list? This one by far is my favorite this week, and it's definitely going on my wish list. I may actually pick it up this week because I don't want to miss it. And just looking at it again, it really is beautiful. I think it's going to be a gorgeous diamond painting. I think I definitely am going to buy this one. I'm trying to be on a no-buy for January. It has not worked. I have failed multiple times, but I have been good. I haven't been spending too much, but I did want January to be kind of like a dry month in terms of buying. So I may have to try that for February, but when Dreamer Designs releases these artworks, I mean, how can you not pick them up? You never do know when a company does archive something or, discontinue it. So, if it's something you love, like I love this one, then I would get it to say you have it. Plus, it has the new grids. It's in the squares. It's going to be a real joy to work on, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. Definitely more confetti, but I'm here for it for the right image. If you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I would absolutely love to have you. All you have to do is click that subscribe button. It's absolutely free to do so. You can also click the notification bell, which will notify you every time I post a new video. I have multiple videos going up every week. I try and do the Dreamer Designs USA Roundup on Friday mornings, and then I'll have the overseas one on Sunday mornings. If you don't see a roundup on those days, it's because my health has taken a turn and I wasn't able to get it out. But as long as I am able, I plan to do it. I like talking about the new releases. I like doing a roundup for you guys. I know you guys enjoy it as well. And I appreciate you guys watching to the end. In fact, if you watch to the end of this video, how about leave me, in your comment, leave me the word, how about owl, O-W-L, leave me the word owl. I will do a random number generator in probably about 72 hours and choose somebody to win a $25 gift card from Dreamer Designs. I love giving back to you guys, and why not do it in this way? So, in your comment, again, leave the word owl in a sentence. Doesn't matter what the sentence is. You can't just write the word owl. It has to be in a sentence, and then I will choose a winner in 72 hours. With all that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!